My name is Sarah Gom. I work at the Law Society of Kenya. Today I'm here as the project team lead for the project Promotion of Peaceful and Accountable Electoral Participation. The reason as to why we are here is this project is meant to safeguard and ensure that we have a peaceful electoral process, and particularly for Kisumu County. Having noted past election-related violence in the county, we hoped to pilot this project in Kisumu as a benchmark for other counties in the country to safeguard our nation and ensure that we will have peaceful elections come 2027. I believe that this project is so timely based on the recent events of the by-elections. We are seeing that there's a trend that we are trying to avoid, which is violence related to election. We are hoping that we are going to sensitize community members, we are going to sensitize advocates on the importance of peaceful elections, and we hope that the link and the bridge between the advocates and the community leaders would safeguard the entire community, that we will live here at the end of our 3-day sensitization with community-based champions who are working together and have a common mindset when it comes to ensuring peaceful elections. Yes, we are grateful to our partners from the Canadian High Commission who have made this 3-day sensitization forum possible. We look forward to positive outcomes. We look forward to a community that will stand for what we believe in, a community that will also stand for peace and will ensure that the messaging goes out up to and beyond 2027.
Is the project only in Kisumu or you're doing it in other counties?
Yes, for now the project is just in Kisumu. With the availability of more funding, we should be able to venture out to other counties. The discussions today also just suggest to us there are still many other gaps in Kisumu County that need to be addressed. Like for example, we need to now have opportunities to have engagements with duty bearers, IEBC, the police, other administrative officers, to ensure that this conversation, we are not just having it with community leaders and advocates, but also with the duty bearers. So there are gaps in that still need to be addressed, and we are hoping that with the availability of funding, we should be able to deal with those gaps. Yeah.
My name is Dorcas Akinyo-Watch. I serve as the chapter chair of LSK Kisumu chapter. I'm glad to be here today. Had a very insightful and productive morning session whereby just as members of the LSK we exchanged and did our duty in creating civic awareness around our election laws and election institutions. I'm glad that we've been able to highlight key roles of LSK in this process, and I'm glad that we are ready and able to our responsibilities, not just as risk champions, but as advocates of proper, good democracy with internationally accepted standards. We are happy to continue to engage in this conversation today, tomorrow, and the day after, and to continue to cooperate with other stakeholders in this conversation and take it forward. We have received very good feedback from members of the community, particularly persons living with disability. We are ready to take up the challenges that they have given to us. We are ready to continue to take part in legal reform in the areas that have been highlighted today morning. And I want to particularly highlight that as LSK Kisumu chapter, this is a conversation that we shall continue to have with members of the community, within and without Kisumu chapter, if opportunity avails. We as advocates are recognized champions of the rule of law, and some of us have already taken up the call to be part of the commissioners of IBC. A number of us will be taking up the call to serve us in the forthcoming elections. Some will be risk champions, will do monitoring and highlight issues that might come up. And you're asking, why are we doing this? We're doing this because we want to have peaceful elections, because we want to promote national unity, because we want the voice of wananchi to be heard, not just on the election day, but in the process preceding the date of elections. We want our elections to be free, fair, and transparent, and it is for that reason that we want to participate in this event from the beginning to the end. We want to make the public aware that advocates are open and ready to give consultation to not just members of the public, but also to political parties and to the candidates, and even to the government at large. We want to reiterate that we shall, as much as possible, continue to cooperate, and for this we want to thank the Canadian Embassy for helping us to put together this event. We want to thank local community leaders. We want to thank non-governmental bodies who are here with us in large numbers to support this event. We want to say that it takes all of us to move forward and shift and enable this country to enjoy good governance and the benefits of good and proper democracy. Thank you.
My name is Grace Otieno. I am the chairperson, Law Society West Kenya branch, rather West Kenya region. And so today, as the Law Society of Kenya members who are within Kisumu County, we join members of the state actors as well as the media to start the journey of our electoral period. We cannot talk about election preparedness if we have not started having conversations around sensitizing our members of the community. And that is why today we make a commitment that as the members of the Law Society of Kenya, we are ready to have a network and to create a platform that will help us engage with the CSOs, the media, just to see that we are preparing for our elections. For a very long time, I think we have witnessed what has been happening, and especially within the Nyanza region. And it has to come from us to start demystifying that not all our elections will be met with violence. But if we start this conversation and create awareness to our members, we will be able to have channels where citizens can report issues of election process with the other stakeholders. We're also looking forward to find a way to engage the IBC, the police, and the other institutions that get involved in the election processes, so that we ensure that we work as a team to be able to deliver a free and fair election come 2027. And so today's conversation has just begun, and as Law Society we make a commitment that indeed we can have a society where our members are empowered. We give them information to ensure that we don't get into issues where voters don't register, we don't report issues of election malpractice. And so with the media, we are looking forward to your support and the other CSOs to ensure that we walk this journey.
Thank you very much. My name is Esther Okech from Kenya Female Advice Organization, KEFIADO, and looking at how then we as public benefits organizations are engaged in a process where information is shared, because part of the conversation we're having today is to look at what is the early warning and early response systems, which then affect mostly the region where we are, particularly Kisumu, which is always a hot zone. So part of it is the conversations will be demystifying that this area can only operate when there's violence, and that our participation as different leaders in the community will ensure that, one, we speak about the past, look at the issues of processes which then resolve certain conflicts which have been had, but also then share, as the LSK also shared, that there are public interest litigation which then have already been started, and those processes where community are also able to trust that the rule of law is there, and that the legal justice systems also support them wherever they are. Secondly, we are also just here to also urge people that voting is a right, and that apathy, which then is already existing, particularly amongst the younger cohort of persons who don't see what elections do for them or why they participate in it, is that it is a possibility for us to change the tide and ensure that Kenya changes if people participate. So it is a right for people to vote, and to vote with the leaders who they want. And so we want to ensure that as we track, as we monitor, as people from the civil society, that we are able to then ensure that the right to participate, the right to vote, or even become someone who wants to be a leader is protected in law. So we look forward to working with the media to also track and also ensure that we do not have these challenges we have consistently. Thank you.